we were talking about Daredevil Born Again.
I have not seen any of it. I know the premise. I haven't had a chance. I just I am slowly.
I do all this damn research for this. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Well, no, so here's the thing. I've been slowly trying to make my way through all these various shows. Sometimes I don't have the energy. Sometimes I don't have the time. Some other life obligations. I really want to watch it though.
Hey, listen,
from what I understand, go on. Sorry.
I was gonna say you're good, man, and not everybody can be like me. Staying up to 5 a.m. binge watching Andor.
I ain't got it in me. I ain't got it in me. I just don't.
2 hours of sleep. This guy. He's talking about everybody's talking about Andor. Have you seen it? I'm like, no, but I'll catch up. He's like, all right, cool, bro. I stay up till fucking 8 in the morning. I sleep 1 hour that night. And fucking watch the whole series, and then I'm like, caught up in Andor. He's like, haven't watched it. I'm like, wow.
I haven't watched it. Yeah, I haven't watched Andor at all. Yeah. But then again, this is going to be a mark on my nerd card. But not a huge Star Wars guy. The original 3, I grew up on that. Right, I grew up on that. Episodes, when it came to episode 1, 2, and 3, that's when I kind of fell off. Not gonna lie, I was kind of into different shit, and those movies weren't that good. You know what I mean? And
I got you.
So I'm kind of behind on the Star Wars, but I did watch 2 seasons of Mandalorian for some reason. I don't know.
Mandalorian is very compelling. I'll say that much.
Yeah, that was good.
We'll get to that more later. But going back around to Daredevil, I haven't heard anything bad about it. I like that it seems to be going for a few story arcs adapting a few story arcs by Charles Soule, who I really like as a writer. So yeah, that's I am ashamed that I have not been able to see it. Apparently Punisher is not in it enough though, and that's too bad, because he is because he is an actor who basically has chemistry with like everybody in that show, and we need more of him.
Yeah. So I will say this. The thing about this season of Daredevil is people need to understand and create an expectation of you're not going to get everything out of it that you want, and we've been waiting for so long. But in a realistic, sense, in a writer's sense, they have to literally reestablish this character in this new timeline. First of all, he's never been really in this timeline. He's never been in this continuity yet. I mean, he was, because they mentioned it. They mentioned all this stuff. He was like in the universe, but
he did make an appeance already.
Yeah,
actually.
I'm gonna get to that. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna get to that. Okay. So that he had, other than after it was all said and done, he had a couple appearances like in She-Hulk and stuff. The problem is that only made it worse. That made putting him into this timeline worse, because first off, that was not well received at all.
I liked it, but okay.
I don't know if we'll ever see. Well, the show wasn't well received.
No,
and it really did nothing. That appearance really did nothing for establishing him. You get what I'm saying?
That show was trash.
Even just the appearance, it really didn't tell me anything about where Daredevil has been. In fact, watching the show again, I have more questions about that appearance. I just don't understand where that appearance lies in the timeline. So it was shit, and that's what people need to come to expect. It completely takes all that, what they were trying to like dribble in, and erases it. They're like, fuck that. Okay. We're just going to ignore it. It was small enough. We don't care. And they reestablish everything of why he's been gone. And I'll tell you, I'm not going to spoil it. But they did it in a big way, a very big way.
In a good way or a bad way? Fair enough.
Double-edged sword.
Fair enough.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, that show was great. The Daredevil show was great. Great acting. Could they have, of course, did it better? Yeah, because it wasn't quite Netflix, but they really went back to the chopping block and to the drawing boards and rewrote that thing, because I heard the original script or the original viewing of it wasn't well received at all, and they had to actually go back and do reshoots and rewrites
From
and all that stuff.
From what I understand, this was originally, it was supposed to be like 20, 25 episodes. And the original creative team, what they had made was not very good, and which prompted Marvel to make a wise decision, fire all them, and kind of start over from scratch. I don't know if they had already shot anything or not, but there was definitely a big overhaul creatively for that.
That's what I'm getting to, is that people have to just be okay with that, because this is clearly, when you watch the show, it's very good. It's very good. It gives you a little bit of everything you're looking for, and it makes you excited for the next season. But it's very clearly not a full story. It leaves you right in the middle where you're like, wow, this feels like it should have been 20, 30 episodes because it was supposed to be.
No, yeah, they didn't get to much. It was like one big long introduction into the Daredevil world.
Yeah.
Like so, but I love it though for that, because if you think about it, after the Spider-Man appearance, right, and then how everything, the whole world got, forgot who Peter Parker was or who Spider-Man was, and then you just drop in the Kingpin and this whole Netflix street level crime, this street level hero. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited about, they met, I'm not going to give too many spoilers, but I will say, spoiler alert, they do mention Spider-Man in there, which I think is really cool. They do mention other heroes in New York. And so I thought that was really cool. And this sets the tone. Remember, the whole Marvel universe takes place in New York. And in this Daredevil series, it kind of shows you like who's running New York right now, right? I mean, so this is like, I as a fan, I feel like Marvel has taken the steps, kind of listen to their fans a little bit, and is like, you know what? Let's just give them what they want a little bit, even if it's just a little bit, And so, yeah, I think it was a really good show. Couldn't have been better. Sure, I could pick it apart, but I think
there's no need to. It was good enough to just be like, hey, I'm excited for what they're going to give me next.
From what I understand, it's already been renewed for season 2. Thank God. Yeah. Apparently, Jessica Jones is coming back for season 2.
I was going to add that. Yep. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Right. What, does she like make a cameo in this season or something?
No.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah. Oh well. I'm just more interested in like seeing. Like, first of all, I want Daredevil back. I want the Punisher back, because John Bernthal is just great as him.
Great.
But it was Luke Cage. I want him back. I like him. I like Luke Cage. Like he's always great.
So to your point, my next point was that about like the Too Little Punisher. I think it was just enough, man. He's so good. He's so good that he's his own star. and the little bit they did give him was like, it allowed, the way they wrote him in, it allowed them to really have, when you watched him previously with Daredevil, it was like, okay, we're stuck in this like high paced, we got to get our mission, we have no time to really like, do any, like, be personable to each other. And now, because the way they introduced him, you really were able to get kind of like a rapport between them and really see like, wow, damn, these guys are like,
season 2 of Daredevil and Netflix, that was like the best season they had.
No, and that was the first. No, you are in the minority on that. Nobody is saying.
I loved it.
Everybody's saying that.
No,
everybody I know says that. Punisher.
Everybody I know says that.
Okay, well let's rewind a little bit. First of all, the best season is season 3. Okay, let's be like that.
That was the most boring season I ever watched. Of that one was season 3.
Your subjective opinion is objectively wrong. But no,
this man ain't a politician. Lex Luthor head ass thug.
But going back to season 2, I will say that the best parts of that are always with the Punisher in it. Everybody does agree on that. Like he is like, those are some really great parts of it.
And I don't feel like they put enough of Daredevil in Punisher. So I feel like here you get to see them like really, like I said, not only did they explain where Daredevil's been, but they wrote it in a way to where you felt where Punisher and Daredevil have been together. And they didn't have to tell you. It just they're so good. They're such good actors, and they're so good together. Yeah, that chemistry was
they had a lot of
bursting through the
dialogue
screen.
though. They had a lot of dialogue in season 2 though, a lot. And Daredevil wasn't in Punisher at all. And in this one, I felt like there was really nothing that they told you different besides of what you saw in the other stuff. I mean, you know,
but what I'm saying is they didn't have to tell you where Punisher's been like they did Daredevil. You just felt where Punisher's been.
No, you're right.
I think that was really good on their part.
But anybody who knows, like, as a Punisher fan, can kind of come up with that. I get what you're saying. Like, you know, they left it to the imagination. You know, and
I'm trying not to say spoilers, but I'll say one. I mean, the point where like Karen comes and rescues them, and he's like, and they clearly both of them are flirting with Karen, and Karen's hot for both of them.
Oh,
and
God.
they're like, and they're all like in this like, oh yeah, we've all smashed each other type thing, except for Daredevil and Punisher, obviously. But you know what I'm saying? They didn't have to say it, but you were like, wait a minute.
Oh, they both smashed them though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've always had that love triangle though. You know what I mean? Like Karen's a whore in the comics.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, God.
But they didn't have to say it. It was just like, okay, and it was super funny that they were like, yeah, bros before hoes, buddy. You know?
Hey, I think she gave Daredevil AIDS in the comics.
Yeah.
I don't think that happened, but I think she
was some sort of STD.
She
had HIV.
She was a heroin addict who had HIV, and she was getting treatment. She was getting better, and then Bullseye killed her.
There you go.
Yeah,
let's see.
That's how it goes.
Did Karen give Daredevil HIV? Okay, Google AI has nothing available for that. That's for fucked. I ain't got time to deep dive.
Google AI sucks.
Yeah, fuck. Anyways, so Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. First off, this is my point to Punisher. The way it leaves off, you're gonna get you're Punisher like crazy next season.
Okay.
Now he's an animal in a cage. Oh man, this guy's about to go. He finally joined the fight now because he didn't join the fight until the very last second of the show.
Oh, it's a lot of spoilers for Trey here.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Hey, you know what? I told you I was letting a little out.
It's all good. It's all good.
Let's move on. No,
I appreciate the sentiment.
Listen, if you ain't seen it yet,
isn't Punisher getting his own show?
He's getting a Marvel special, which translates to
like Echo.
No, more like Werewolf by Night.
Yeah,
kind of like an hour-long sort of thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But Jessica Jones is gone.
Let me tell you what. I might be in the minority here, but because I've never heard anyone say this other than me, but I love that show.
Okay.
That show was really, really good. Jessica Jones.
Oh yeah, it was all right.
First season was decent. I liked the second season a lot more for some reason. I never bothered with the third season.
I'll tell you what, it was the third best one. Daredevil, Punisher, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and then the other guy.
Yeah, that's a good ranking. But I'm excited for her to come back. And I saw someone online say, who else would you like to come back? And I noticed you said, I want Luke Cage back.
I do.
I'd be okay with Luke Cage coming back. I don't need him back.
Okay. Well, I will say that the second season was really, really good of Luke Cage. I really like that one a lot. And
much better than the first. The first season was way too slow.
Yeah, it had that weird problem a lot of Netflix shows were having around then, where they're very clearly 2-hour movies cut up into 10 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They got better about that after a while, but it definitely was.
Yeah, I think that was the era it bridged, because Iron Fist was better in season 2 as well.
I never bothered with that one. Better.
For the same reasons, it actually was like, you know what, we're actually going to tell this story and we're going to go hard and we're going to give you stuff, versus 10 hours of us just figuring out who the fuck Danny Rand was. And it's like, what the fuck? Yeah.
That was an awesome character. And speaking of that, wasn't that guy supposed to play Blade and they completely scrapped it?
Yeah.
What's going on? You know what? See, this is why Marvel's like
that would be a crazy Blade.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Speaking of, where the fuck is Blade?
I heard what they wanted to do. They're like, oh, we're actually going to make it about his daughter. Nobody wants to fucking see that. This is the type of bullshit I'm talking about, bro. Hey, stop turning our fucking characters gay.